I even get lost in your eyes, and when the lights go down, that is where I'll be found. I get lost in this world. I get lost. How are you? It's here. Where are my people? Is it a good time to be live, actually? Or people are still waking up and others are just returning from work and maybe preparing dinner? How are you guys? Oh, let me get something to cover myself. Oh, ah, it's a bit breezy in here. How are my people? Welcome, 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 welcome. Join in. Let's do this one. Let's talk about it again. How are you guys? Who do we have here? Let me see who we have in the building. How are you? How is everybody? Jojo, first to comment. Vicky Boss in the building. Welcome, my sister. How are you? How is business? How is business going? All the business women buying and selling and every other thing in between. Hope fine. Shirley, I see you. Good evening to you. Constance, welcome. Good morning. Tina, hello, hello, hello. Elizabeth, Ilona, Ruth. Who else do we have here? We have Nicola. Hope you guys are having a good time. We also have Dorette. Welcome to everybody. Nice to see you all again today. And I see Sherry Reeves on Facebook. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. As you join in, just be helping me give the video a like. Just be helping me like the video. Be helping me giving it a thumbs up. Okay. So, okay, let's get started. Let's get started, guys. I'm a bit tired, but I have enough energy to do this video. Last time, I think 3 days ago, we did a video about the situation surrounding Angela and her mom. Yeah. The alleged abuse story that she told, what her mom did to her in the name of disciplining her, inserting her hand inside that place that you women know. Not just her hand, but also inserting things like kerosene and Cameroon pepper. In fact, as I'm saying it, I'm imagining it, and the thing just, like I just imagine the pepper. Not even pepper on your skin, your outer body like this, but pepper inside that place. That place. Hey, hey. Even when the normal thing that is supposed to normally enters that place, sometimes it's bittersweet, if you understand. Is like sweet pain. Sometimes it can be painful, but in a sweet way. Now imagine the pain you feel then, even if it's sweet, but it can be painful, depending. Now you cannot compare that type of pain to pepperish hot pain, kerosene mixed with pepper. Honestly, I haven't gotten over it ever since. I just think of it like, and I know we talked elaborately about it. People called in, We had a very great show. We had a good conversation about what African parents know how to, or knew then how to, well, not all, not all, how they knew how to discipline, they call it discipline, yeah, how to discipline their children. Maybe some of them did not know better, according to the argument and the defense of so many people. Oh, our parents didn't know better, and whatnot. And me, I still think about it, and one thing that just always comes up as a question is, okay, fine, one of the callers answered that question during that live. I asked the question, like, of all the parts of your body, why that particular place? Because I couldn't place it. I couldn't just fathom, like, okay, if your parents want to punish you or they want to beat you, maybe they spank you or they sand you, you understand? But why would your mind just go to down below? I really thought about it. I pondered about it, and I think one of the reasons was that it happens specifically to young girls that their parents have started to suspect that she's starting to, go to boys. So it's more or less like finding that connection, that thing you are going to look for with boys, that place, that doorway. So they want to let it be a reminder for you, so that when you go back to those boys, you're going to remember the pain of the kerosene and pepper. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I just can't imagine that I want to sand you now. It's under there that my mind will just go to, okay, for me, I found it so pedo, pedo something, but I got schooled, about the idea behind it, which still doesn't justify that act. You understand? And what I've noticed in the past couple of days, because I've been following this story not too much, but I've been seeing comments here and there. Facebook has been bringing quite some stuff to my timeline. What I have noticed also is that many people are saying that this thing is not breaking news. Many people are like, Angela, what are you talking about? Most Nigerians have gone through this. That is the feedback I am seeing almost everywhere. That you just have to move on, Angela. Most people have endured this type of discipline. And sometimes when I see comments like that, I want to get a bit upset, because now they are making it look like it is normal. And in my opinion, it is not normal. I grew up in that same country, and no, it is not normal. It is not the norm that you just feel like almost everybody has gone through it. No. And I also don't have that sense that, oh, a lot of people have gone through it. If you didn't go through it, you are actually lucky. No, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. I would rather say that if you went through it, you are very unlucky, or you were very unlucky. And I'm like, out of, let's say, 10 young girls, how many girls out of 10 do you think went through that? From the comments I've been reading, from the posts that, or the opinions, you will feel like maybe 8 out of 10 girls have gone through that. So I don't know if that is even true. Hold on, guys. Okay. So as I was saying, I don't know if that is true, or if I'm the one missing something, which I truly and honestly, I don't think I'm missing something. I'm not denying the fact that harsh discipline, very harsh and brutal and abusive discipline goes on in Nigeria. I'm never going to dispute it. I'm never going to, pretend like, oh, no, it's a 1 out of 100, for example. You understand? But the way people are making it sound now, they are making it sound like almost every household, has experienced that, which I find quite disturbing. You understand? So the way they are also saying it, they are almost sounding as if we shouldn't even be complaining, you know, like it's just part of life. No, it's not. It's not, absolutely not. And it should be called out. It should be, because it's not normal. And whoever has gone through it and feels like they've been abused, they've been violated, they should speak up. They should speak up so that they can have closure, they can heal, and the people who did those things to them can also ask for forgiveness or find a way to, bring those children back together, help them in that healing process, because it does a lot of damage to people. So that idea of, oh, Angela, shut up, let's just, is one of those things, move on. I don't like that kind of message. It's almost like you're discrediting her feeling, like it's not important, or invalidating her feelings. So moving on, what brings us here today? Like I said, I've been following, I've been, reading things here and there, and then I discovered that it's looking like Angela has had a history of chasing clout online, saying things that we don't even know whether she was lying about those things or not. I'm talking about even before social media started to monetize. She was one of the very popular content creators then, when many of us didn't even know what content creation was like that. Many people did content. Of course, we did content then, but we did content for personal purposes, if that makes sense. We didn't do content for the world. You see the difference. But she has already, at that time, she had already broken through. She was in blogs, she was doing very controversial content, when other people were using social media for just, personal use. She was already in that entertainment. Hold on. I don't have the phone. Wait, let me just see if I can reply this message on my laptop. Okay, hope we are still good. Okay, so about what, okay, so anyways, she was always putting out some crazy stuff. For example, she wrote that she likes to wet herself, she likes to urinate on her body, she just likes the feeling of, pissing on herself as an adult. She does it every day. So we don't know whether stuff like that was done out of, let me do content, let me chase clout, let me get engagement, or if she really meant. So she has said so many crazy things in the past. She has chased clout, she has, and now people are also counting or falling back on her past behavior and the past things that she has written before, and they're like, okay, maybe this thing really happened to her, maybe her mom really did these things to her, but she possibly is using it to still chase clout the way we know her to chase clout. That one passed until I started to see pictures of Angela and a certain man. Looks like Angela was married before. That's not even the news because everybody can marry multiple times. It's not a crime. The news is that one of the things Angela has said that now appears not to be true is that Angela has claimed before that this current husband of hers was the one that disvirgined her. I actually saw a screenshot recently now that I want to talk about because remember when I was live the other day, I showed you guys comments that people made that the first time Angela talked about her virginity, she claimed that it was some useless guy somewhere that opened her for the first time. And then in another instance, she claimed that it was this current husband of hers that opened her for the first time. Yeah, that she never did it with anybody. In fact, you wouldn't even believe that despite all those vulgar things she was saying, she never had carnal knowledge of anybody. According to her, that it was this current husband that opened her up. Number two. And then she came up with her mother story that it was her mother that opened her up. Three versions. But I didn't see any evidence of her saying those first two, you know, until, hi Robin, thank you so much for 10 jewels. God bless you. Thank you. Until what, 2 days ago, I saw a screenshot of her post from years ago where she actually said it was this current husband that opened her up, and a couple of other crazy things that she has said in the past. And that's what I want to look into. I want to look at some comments, I want to look at some posts, and just try to make sense of this alleged abuse from her mother. You know, like just put everything together. Because honestly, right now it's looking almost like a marketing strategy. And that is not to say it never happened, but it's just like everything put together, her past behavior and the timing and her being a content creator, a very strategic one, and you know, everything put together. It's almost like using her mother now to gain profit. The only reason why people cannot really accuse her of that is this looks like it happened to her, you know, so we can debate about the timing. It doesn't take away the fact that possibly this almost 100% happened to her, but the intention behind coming out now at this point in time to say all of this without a valid, like a strong reason behind it, and choosing social media out of all the other things she could possibly do, you know. So those are the things that are making me a bit like and also raising questions here and there. But that justification of it happens, everybody knows, that one I don't even want to hear it because it's not normal, and people want to almost normalize it. It's not normal, it's not okay, and no, it's not okay. All right, time to get into the actual thing. I just thought I should summarize a bit. I'm going to wait. No, I'm in the wrong place. Let's come here. I should have deleted some things before. I did not. Okay, let's start from this one. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can watch along. If it will work out this time around, because okay, it's not showing. Where is my other phone? So that I can watch along. Yes, you guys can see it. Let me grab it here so that I can read it. I can read it from the screen. Okay. This person wrote, Angela, should I start or just leave the God Almighty to judge you? Please, if you people can ask Angela, number one, why she dropped out of Madonna University. Okay. I believe in her recent video where she was talking about her mom, I believe she said she graduated, if I'm not mistaken. Right? No, I don't think she did. I think she said she attended a private university. Yeah, okay. But she didn't. Okay, no problem. Number one, they said she dropped out. It's none of our business. Number two, what happened to her first marriage? That actually is also not supposed to be our business because everybody can get married 7 times if they want to. Where it now becomes our business is when Angela told us that this current husband is her first husband and he is the one that opened her body. That is where we will be like, I have a question. That is where it gets really tricky. And the thing with social media is once we start to catch you in a lie, it's never good because you become someone who is not trustworthy. You become a liar. You're never taken seriously. You are never believed. Everything you do, people are going to point at it that you are just pretending, even whether the thing is true or not. If you have a history of telling lies, it's not good. Even if what you came forward with recently about your mom is true, the intention will never be trusted, and the sympathy people are supposed to have for you will vanish. Okay. So the person said, what happened to her first marriage? I will show us and talk about why this is now a big deal. Yeah. Number 3, why is her brother having mental issues and her contribution? That one is also not our business for now, at least. You understand? Number 4, what caused the death of her father? None of my business. Number 5, if she looked after her mom down with stroke, none of my business. Because honestly, I don't see controversy in all these things they are listing. It's when I see controversy, something not adding up, that I feel like, okay, let's talk about it. But not because someone's mom has a stroke, someone's father passed away, someone's brother has mental issues. Okay, what should I do about it? How do you prove that she has anything to do with it? If you have evidence that links her to it, you can be asking questions now, and for us to now sit down and be making it a big deal. If you have anything to say it. Now you're asking questions. What are we supposed to do? Nothing. But that number 2, let's still put it at the back of our minds. We are coming back to that number 2, and that is what happened to her first marriage. Okay, number 5, we've read that. Number 6, was any dowry paid on her head from the so-called husband? Sound mind. That one also, it's not really supposed to be a problem like that, but it's going to be our problem anyway, or our business. It is, because that is the husband, the current husband she parades as her husband. You understand? So if it now happens to come out, or if it gets confirmed that he didn't pay her bride price, meaning he didn't marry her, then then he's not her. We are not confirming anything. We are just saying, just having this discussion. If it happens to be true that he never paid her bride price and there was no other form of marriage, then she's simply a baby mama and he is. And also nothing too wrong with that, but we should just call it what it is. Then everybody is aware. Clarity means so much. Transparency means a lot. If you feel like these social media people, they are your people, this is your community, this is your platform where you interact with people and they actually contribute to your livelihood, they are your source of income, more or less, then openness is very essential. Honesty, letting them know what's up, not pretending, lying, covering up. So if that is what it is, it's not for somebody to crucify her for it. It's not a crime to be a baby mama, but at least people should just know what it is. You understand? So that one is also quite interesting. So number 2 and number 6. Yeah. Okay, and the person said, anyway, I'm coming. I'm from Nnewi. I think it's time to spill everything on social media. Sure, just a prodigal daughter. Okay, so I think this person was upset with, this whole development with her mother's story. So the person is maybe trying to divulge some information about her person, who she is. Like, Angela, you are not a saint. You are a bad child. That's what this message is trying to explain. Angela, you're a bad child. You're not, so since you want to talk about your mother on social media, maybe I should also come and spew everything on social media. So that's the message behind this comment. So I'm going to move on to the next one. This is the statement I mentioned. Let me see if it's showing. Oh, it's not showing here. Interesting. Yeah, I made mention of this when I was talking, where Angela said, this was in 2017. Yeah, 9 years ago. This wasn't even like when she really started, because 2017 here, many people were already doing content then. I'm talking when she really started. I don't know which year exactly, but I'm sure it was in 2017. Anyways, she said, I'm a pant wetter. I deliberately pee in my pants every day. I pee in my pants every day and all day long, and I do it intentionally. Kai, I do not have any physical or medical problem that makes me lose control or leak. I do it on purpose, as it makes me feel so good. In fact, I do not like to be dry very long at all, or I'm always wanting to wet my pants soon. So that was supposed to be her weird addiction. So you'd see a post like this, you'd wonder if this was actually true, if she was relaying a true thing, a factual thing that she does daily, or she just made up rubbish and just put it out there, knowing it would attract engagement, or it would generate engagement. If that is the case, then you know the kind of person she is. And that's why this her abuse story becomes very dubious. She possibly didn't make it up, it's a bit complicated. She possibly didn't make up the abuse story, but it's looking like that abuse story is simply part of her strategy, if that makes sense. It's not, how do I put it? She looks like she's still hurting from it, but it might just be another random post just to gain attention, just to have more visibility, just to have more people viewing her page, talking about her. It could be, you understand? So that trustworthiness, that genuinity is not really fully there. At least for me, I'm like, you know, when I start using one eye to look at somebody, you understand? It still doesn't diminish the fact that I strongly feel like she is traumatized from her narration, you know, but maybe she's an expert in narrating sub stories and dramatizing stuff. Maybe, like I said, it's always very um good when you've watched people a lot, then you can understand them better, how they move, how they talk, you know. But because I haven't like watched her so much, I might not be able to be the best judge of her character or of, you know, how she does things or what she does. But I'm using one eye to look at her. So this is an example. Let me go to another post. So we're just going to, let me see. Okay, let me share this one. This person wrote, the person said, "Dear Angela, there is no healing or solution on social media, only ridicule and insults, nothing more. Did you ever send emissaries or arrange a meeting with your parents, with some pastors in attendance, if truly you are genuinely looking to heal? You went." Okay, let me continue. So this person said, you went to several doctors for your medical issues, yet you do not know how to go to many therapists for healing. What is your inner heart intention of coming to social media to ridicule your family? Your mom did that, your dad did that. Bad, I must say, but what did your siblings do? Has any of your siblings been showcased massively in your almighty palace of riches? What did they do to you? All of them and each of them? Is your anger because your mom has continued to ignore you and your riches and not begging for crumbs from under your table as you desperately want to see her humiliation as payback? Each time you blocked her, did she ever use another number to call you or ask someone else to call you and beg for money to eat? FM Vactor. Yeah? Okay, I'm coming. Okay. Where did I stop? Each time you blocked her, did she ever use another number to call you or ask someone else to call you and beg for money to eat or for aging medical needs to boost your ego? Do you know if she's also hurting from her encounter with you? Why trend this one-sided story? When you mentioned it, she asked you to forget the past and bury the hatchet. See how childbirth has changed your whole being, your life, and left scars on you. She had hers too. You have social media to show your scars too. Who does she show hers to? The villagers at the market square? Let me see the other page. Okay, let me see if you guys can still see this next page. Mm-hmm. Okay, at the market square. Why not let go? After all, God has restored all that cankerworm took from you, as she said. But everything she says makes you more angry. Hello? 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 Who is this? Oh, let me see the number. It's not showing. Okay. Where did I stop? Okay. But everything she says makes you more angry. If disowning her in paper rather than social media will give you closure, I advise you serve her that paper and don't show up when she buys. Warning: no untrained and uncultured fellow should come to under this post with insults. Go to your page and decorate it with insults because I will match. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. What's this latest thing of dragging parents on social media just to be woke and trend and then get Facebook money that you won't take to the grave when it's your time? Why didn't you do it when you were 3 months old? How could she have done it when she was 3 months old? What kind of question is that one? Is it not when she's wise enough that she would do it? Is it not when she understands life, when she understands that she was abused, that she will be able to, like the story we did yesterday? The lady said some of the things she experienced, she doesn't even know how to put them into words. She knows they are bad, but she doesn't even know how to verbalize, like the feelings of it. Because you get to a stage in your life, you will understand things better, and then you can act upon those things that you understand better. So she's in that stage of her life now. Not that she never understood, but she feels ready now to talk about it. But is it genuine? That's really a crucial question we should not stop asking. Is it money driven? I'm suspecting it might be a little money driven. I'm really suspecting, you know. I mean, coming out to talk about it in this manner because she knows that people are going to be interested in this story. She knows that people will talk. She knows. And she knows better ways to heal, which again, I'm not against talking on social media if you feel like it's what you need. If your body, because everybody is different, if your body feels like this is my community, like I said before, this is going to help me, by all means, you understand. But it's questionable at the same time. Okay, let me see this one. So this is the picture of the supposed I don't know if you guys can see it. But let me go to YouTube on the other phone so that I can watch what you guys are watching instead of switching back and forth here. Yeah. Thank you, Vicky Boss. Hello, Bobby Johnson. Welcome. Someone says money is the root of all evil. Wow. Let me see. The adverts are still running. I just want to see if you guys can see. Okay, you can see this one. Okay, so this is allegedly the ex-husband of Angela Nwosu. This person said that this is the same Angela that told you people she was a virgin until she met Sound. Sound is her current husband. So Angela was married allegedly to somebody else before. The marriage didn't work out. Otherwise, she would still be married to him, I guess. She started to do content. She then married this current husband and then told people during content creation that she never did that thing with any other person, that the first person in her life that she did that mommy daddy something with was this her current husband. So hold on, I'm hearing knocks on the door. I have to stand up again. Jesus, which exercise is bigger than this one? Okay, I'm back. So this person is like, this is the same Angela you people are believing. The same Angela that lied to you people that the first man ever that saw her PP under, eh, is this current husband. Whereas she was married before and she didn't tell you people that she was married. But you people are believing every story that she comes forward with. That's the story behind this caption here. Social media. Hey God, oh. Now, this is where it gets interesting for me. This is a post, an old post. Number one, they said, Angela said, I have never been married before, and I married my husband a virgin. This is where it also gets very controversial in a way, because unfortunately, I don't see like an actual screenshot of Angela now. From what I'm seeing now, this is something someone else wrote. I'm not seeing an actual screenshot of Angela where she said this thing that I have never been married before. But a lot of people have said, oh, Angela, you did a video before, or you said, or you claimed that you were never married before your current husband. They said, okay, I have never been married before, and I married my husband a virgin. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people have said this, that Angela said it, yeah? But now Angela is telling us in 2026 that it was her mother that disvivied her. So if you married this your current husband a virgin, where do we hide that story of your mother that she put her hand all the way down as if she wanted to pull out your womb from down below? Where do we put that story? Because you told us she was the one that broke your age. So, and then later you told us that nobody ever broke your age before your current husband. And this is where, again, it gets very dubious. What I'll just say is, you see all these pity parties people throw on social media. These platforms, these online interactive platforms where people can cultivate money. It's a very dangerous place. As humans, we want to open our hearts, we want to feel sorry for people, we show empathy, we pray for strangers. When we hear things, we put ourselves in their shoes, we are worried for them and whatnot. But I think it will get to a point in this life, and that would also be a very dangerous point in time, whereby no matter what you hear on social media, you just close the door of your heart and tell yourself it's none of your business. You don't even care whether you are crying, whether you are crying, because I don't even believe you. Because when you finish crying and crying, you go and make your money. I will not have 10 cents out of your money, but I will be here having sleepless nights because of the story you turned on your camera to come out. It will get to that point, because right now, who do we trust? Who do we believe? We are going to hear all these stories and we will feel so sorry, so bad. It's going to be playing and replaying in our heads. Like me, I'm thinking of kerosene and pepper, the mixture. I'm thinking about the wickedness, the position or the location where the materials were used on a girl child at that age, so many things. And me, I'm not even like her fan. Now, imagine what that story has done to her fans. Imagine. And then at the end of the day, you're realizing, not that you didn't know before, but it's really dawning on you that, wait, this person has a history of bringing out bombastic stories like this. Number two, this person is very strategic with how they use social media. Number three, this person is packing money, big money, enter house after all said and done. So it's a win-win-win for this person. And you crying in your bedroom for this person, are you crying because it's really worth it, it's worth your tears, or you're wasting your time? It will really get to that place, because you'll be so disappointed in so-called content creators and people you have so much faith and trust in, that you just promise yourself, you know what, I will never feel anything as long as they come on social media and put it here. You will tell yourself that it's only when I'm seeing you face to face, and I can see what you're going through, that I'll open my heart and feel sorry for you. But if it's happening on camera, that the person turned on their camera and they are doing drama online, it will get to that point, because social media has really become a very cruel place where people just want to grab. Let us take our own. I saw a post, whether yesterday, now it's Glory now. She wants to continue her life story in the Philippines. I think in the Philippines. She wants to continue because now she sees that storytelling now. The story she didn't finish telling before, she wants to continue now, because everybody's coming out to tell their stories. People are now cracking their brains. Okay, what did my mother do to me? Oh, what did my father do to me? Oh, maybe I can use it for content. Oh, you understand? You are not going to believe what social media is turning people into and what social media itself is turning into. But let me continue reading this. The person who wrote this said, Angela said this in 2017. A journalist called Timothy Ofoegbu met relatives of her ex-husband for many years, with who she lived with at Okota area in Lagos before they separated. He published his expose in May 2020. She later admitted to being married, but she had deleted the memory of the marriage because it was unhappy marriage. The name of her ex-husband is Mr. Andrew Ononamadu from Akpo in Agwata local government area of Anambra State. Number two, Christianity is a scam and top Christian leaders will go to hell. That is supposed to be a statement that Angela made. You understand? So number one statement was, I have never been married before and I married my husband a virgin. Number two statement Angela made, Christianity is a scam and top Christian leaders will go to hell. This person still wrote that the same journalist, after investigation, revealed that she was indeed a Christian. She was a Christian with an interdenominational Christian ministry at Lagos. Angela may have left Christianity and embraced witchcraft from her write-ups and videos. Number 3 statement Angela made was, I am a graduate of political science at Madonna University. The person wrote here that from all indications, she may be lying because she had refused to say the year of entry and graduation. Okay. Let me see if this one is showing. Yeah. This is an example of the comments I said really trouble my soul when I read, you know, more or less condoning or making excuses for abuse on children by parents. This person said, Pepe wey my mama follow put for my little bola and eyes then. E reach Angela turn, she louder. Nevertheless, I still love my mom like I can't live without her. She just choose to hate her parents. Many of us went through what she went through. Those experiences made us stronger and not rebellious. And again, this, you know, comments like this. First of all, this person, let me just try to translate it in a way that a lot of people would understand. This person said here that the same Pepe that his mother, this is a man writing, the same Pepe that his mother put on his cassava and his eyes, inside his eyes and on his cassava. Now it's Angela's turn that she also collected that same Pepe in her pee-pee. Angela has made it gone viral. You understand? Then the person still said, nevertheless, he loves his mom and he cannot live without his mom. But Angela has just chosen on her own to hate her parents. Again, you see comments like this. This man that wrote this and Angela, they are two different people. They are not the same. The things Angela has experienced in life are different from what this man has experienced in life after the abuse. The environment, Angela, you know, the exposure that Angela has gone through, you understand, the knowledge and maybe education is different. This man now, maybe he's still in Nigeria. Maybe he doesn't still know better. He just sees it as a normal part of life. But they say when you know better, you do better. Angela possibly knows better now. She sees now how you are supposed to not treat a child, your child, or any child for that matter. Children are protected, highly protected globally. But children's rights are not even a thing like that in Nigeria. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying it's not like heavily carried as abroad or overseas. So putting out comments like this, I think it's just very selfish and one-sided, because this man, for him, and at the end of the day, he's also a guy, you know, maybe he was really, and there is nothing that justifies using Pepe. I don't care if you're a Nigerian or from wherever, using Pepe to discipline a child. You understand? So now he is feeling like Angela is exaggerating. After all, he still loves his mom. So why is Angela making this minor thing go viral? The fact that you still love your mom doesn't mean Angela. And she might also still love her mom, but she's affected. Maybe you are not affected because you are still in that hustle mode. You are still in that survival environment. Maybe she is more affected than you. Maybe she has another outlook on life than you. So you can't expect her to be reacting the same way or to be seeing it the same way. So it's not normal. A lot of people have gone through this kind of abuse and they are still preaching that, you know what, it's just part of it, move on, let it go. No, it's not that easy for everybody. You understand that you can let it go and just think, oh, after all, I was stubborn. So yeah, it's damaging. And the thing has affected her to this extent that she has to actually do this video and talk about it, which of course, it's also very arguable. Like people are like, okay, is this what you really, is this what will heal you? As you claim that's what you're looking for. You understand? So again, we should be careful when we are writing stuff like this. Make your parents understand that they did you wrong. Why would they be putting pepper in your bola? Why? Why? That's wickedness, that's abuse. And people are just like, oh, I'm living with it. It's nothing. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now I'll move on to, so these are still some of the other pictures from her alleged previous marriage. This person said Angela busted after telling her fans she married her husband a virgin. The person said to brainwash people for social media is very easy and you go reach, get money from them and they would be defending you like fools. In other words, it's so easy to brainwash people on social media and get rich from brainwashing people. And people will still be defending you like fools. If Angela has told a blatant lie, and it's very obvious that she lied, then anybody defending her foolishly is truly a fool. However, can we conclude that Angela was indeed married from these pictures? Let me see this one, this particular one. Can we conclude that she was married to this man from this picture? That could have been a boyfriend, a fiance, or can we conclude? Is there evidence that they were married? Have we seen the interview that someone mentioned about or someone mentioned that the man granted, talking about how he was married to Angela? If we have things like that, yes, we'd love to analyze. It's looking like it too, but before we will conclude, it's always good to have solid evidence that shows that, look, these people were married and Angela lied. Now it's still alleged, we cannot pin her. And you know that me, I like it when I can hold you, I can pin you and say this is it. So now I'm still very, careful. Who knows? Maybe not, Okay. This person wrote, I have been asking myself, let me see if you can see it. Okay. I have been asking myself, can I enlarge it? Okay. I have been asking myself this question for the past few days, and honestly, I still don't understand it. How does coming online to tell your story, especially something deeply personal and painful, actually heal you from emotional trauma? And this is that very intricate question that still also makes me feel like, if talking on social media is all Angela is planning to do about this story, then it's a money story. If this is it, oh, let me just go and talk on social media, let me tell, yes, it's going to help when you talk on social media. It will, which I'm sure it helped her a bit. When you lift something out of your chest or something feels lifted, you feel like, okay, you've said it. You will feel a bit lighter, even if it's not social media, even if it's a friend you tell, you will feel somewhat lighter, but it doesn't fully eradicate the trauma. It doesn't. So if just talking about it and feeling slightly better is all she's going to do, then I'm going to say it's a money story she told. That means she's not genuinely looking for healing. But who knows? Maybe after the whole storytelling, who knows? Maybe she will still go ahead and, do other things to help her have that full circle closure, which hopefully she carries people along. Like I said, don't just pour trauma on people on social media and move on with your own life as if nothing happened. So the person said, does sharing it publicly really bring healing, or does it only give you temporary relief because people are listening and sympathizing with you? I think the second. I don't think you can get full healing from social media or from just talking on social media. It might give you that slight relief that, okay, I've shared it with someone. It really doesn't matter with who, but I don't think you will feel like, okay, everything is over, I'm fine, I'm healed. No, I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. And the person went on to say, I'm genuinely asking because I know everyone heals differently, but I'm trying to understand how putting very sensitive personal experiences online helps someone heal. And then the person also asked, what do you think? Does talking about your trauma publicly help you heal? Or are there some things that should remain private? Absolutely. There should always be things that should remain private. You cannot be a public, let me just say public dog. You cannot just be public. You are still an individual. You're still a person, a private person. You can't throw it all on social media. So many things about yourself should remain private. However, again, the person rightfully said, everybody heals differently. You understand what works for one doesn't necessarily work for another. Again, me personally, I don't look for healing on social media. If at all I need healing in any area of my life, which I don't think I do, to be honest. But even if I did, I don't think it's social media. But that's me, and that shouldn't apply to everyone. For some people, it's that social media that would help them. I also don't believe that they will get that healing online, but I think they might feel like, and if your body feels something, you might not be able to explain to another person why your body is needing that social media relief. So again, these questions are very, they are very valid. They are very valid, but it's not like an answer that applies to everybody. Everybody is different. And then this person also said, or another person said, this is exactly what Angela wants. Hope you have healed now. Because there was a comment about Angela's mother. And the person that commented said, I just say make I greet you, Mama Angie Nation. Kuntus opener. If wetin your daughter talk na true, you sure say you not be queen of witches. Meaning, I just want to greet you, Angela's mother, in a very sarcastic way, I just want to greet you, Angela's mother, also known as Bekus opener. You know what Bekus is, down below. If what your daughter said is true, are you sure you are not the queen of witches? That's what. So you cannot deny the fact that right now people are bashing this woman. And the question now, or the next question is it fair on her? Is it fair on her? Because these things, honestly, let's even be honest. We know that what she did, if at all she did it, what she did was bad, like really bad. But on the other hand, this is still her mother. Like many people said last time, this is still her mother. And this is a family matter. It doesn't mean we should sweep it under the rug just because it's a family matter and we should just bury it and nobody should. No, that's not what we are saying. We are just saying social media people are not your family members. This thing now that you came online to talk about doesn't only concern you. You are the victim inside of it, but another person can become a victim again. You are a victim of your mother, of your parents. Now your mother is becoming a victim of the world, a victim of social media, a victim of you. Your mother is now your victim. You've now reversed the role because now people are going to attack her. That's another kind of trauma that your mother has to go through in her young age. So while you are looking for healing, you are putting your mother through trauma that she also would need healing from. You understand? So that's where the question comes up, like, is this actually the best move? Because Angela did it for her, which, look, in life, there is a stage you will come in life. You know that some people don't deserve your protection. You have to look out for yourself because they will not look out for you. So again, we don't know the full story. For Angela to have come out to say these things about her mother, and she didn't come out before, maybe because she was protecting her mother, but maybe now she feels like, you know what, this woman would not even protect me, so why should I be dying in silence, protecting this woman. Let me also do this for myself, which a lot of people might see as selfishness, that, oh, you are looking out for yourself alone and you are not thinking of the impact on your old mom, on your mother that gave birth to you. Whether you like it or not, these people, they sent you to school. Even Angela said it by herself in one of her old videos, that she attended a private primary school, private secondary school, private university. That's not chicken change in Nigeria. Private schools are businesses in Nigeria. They are just there to make money. They give quality education, some of them, but it's not for everybody. Let me just put it that way. So despite all the things you said your parents did to you, don't forget that they were also your parents. They also provided to the best of their ability. So hold on, guys. Okay, I'm just going to quickly move on to the next one. She looked quite young, like really young, like someone under the age of 20, when they said she was married to this guy. Oh, I'm not even showing Facebook people. This is supposed to be her ex-husband before the current husband. If you ask me, she looked like a teenager. She looked like a teenager here, which is really confusing, you know? It's quite something. Okay, so I don't think I've read this one. This person said, Angela, I am asking this with all due respect, and please don't see it as me trying to drag you. Hold on. Okay, let me continue to read. And please don't see it as me trying to drag you or take sides. Looking at this picture, I honestly became curious about your first marriage and what really happened. You have spoken publicly about the issues surrounding your mother and the things you believe she did to you. But I wonder if there is another side of your story that we, the public, have not heard. Why, excuse me, why have you never really told us about what happened in your first marriage? Was there something your mother knew or understood about that situation that made her react the way she did? I'm not asking these questions to attack you. In fact, I believe a mother can sometimes make decisions out of love, even when the child may not understand those decisions at the time. From what I see, I still believe your mother loves you, regardless of whatever differences may exist between both of you. Angela, if you feel comfortable, perhaps you can tell your own side of this part of your story too. Sometimes hearing the full picture helps people understand instead of judging from only one side. No dragging, no insults, just a sincere question from someone who wants to understand. That's going to be another question, whether Angela wants to share this side of the story or this part of her life story. Because this one, well, it depends. Maybe it's not something she wants people to know about. You understand? Maybe truly she was married and she wouldn't, because it would go against the picture she already painted, that she was never married and that her current husband married her a virgin. So maybe she wouldn't want to throw herself under the bus. You understand? So is she honest? Is she a truthful person? If you want to share your life story, go all the way. Tell us everything that happened that traumatized you in your life. It cannot be only your mother that traumatized you. It's just like that other one in the US that Onyibo brought all the way from Nigeria to America. Every day of her life now, she's mentioning how her ex-husband traumatized her. But the same person wrote a book talking about so many different men that raped her even before she met that Oyinbo. But you will never see her dragging any of those men. Even the ones she knows them by name, she knows where they are. You will never see her drag them on social media or call them out or seek for justice. You will never. But you see that particular Oyinbo, that's the only one she carries on her head. Oh, he traumatized me. Oh, I went through this. Oh, he did this. Oh, he abused me. Oh, what about all the relatives that raped you? You never. So for me, it then becomes malicious. You are not looking for justice. You are not looking for healing. You are just looking for a new victim or someone to revenge or punish for whatever reason. Because if you're looking for true healing, it should be all round. It should be all the people who caused you trauma. Let the world know, if at all you want that to happen. You will not just single out one person. So that is also similar with what Angela is doing now. Angela looks like she has gone through a lot in life. And I don't think it's only her mother. That's only a small fragment, from the whole picture. But she singled out her mother, which can be actually viewed as unfair. Because Angela, like she said, she was on the streets. She left home so many times. She slept outside. She squatted here and there. So you can't tell me she didn't go through stuff that are traumatizing as well. But now she's hiding all those other ones. She wants to highlight her mother, throw her mother under the bus. Whereas, even getting healing alone from kerosene and petrol will not heal her as a woman. Because your healing has to be complete. This is just one section. So if you just want to share only this section, are you really going to get the healing if you're not willing to tell us the rest, or you are just hiding the other ones? So those are the things that really raise the questions. And I still said it the other time. I don't think Angela is in good terms with her mother. And I think that's why she felt this comfortable to come out with this story. If she was really in good terms with her mom, they talk, I don't think she would want to just sell her mother out. Right now, it's like she doesn't give a damn. It's like so she really doesn't care what people say or how people drag her. And even when we watched those videos that she did talking about the abuse situation, I don't recall Angela ever saying anything like, guys, I'm not doing this video for you people to go attack my mother. I don't recall, unless I go back and watch. You understand? Because she knows how vile social media is. You cannot tell me she doesn't know, because she also has had a fair share of, being attacked online, being dragged for everything. So you can't tell me she's naive to what social media can do to her mother. So for me not to recall, maybe she did though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but for me not to actively be able to recall and say, oh, she actually warned people that, guys, I do not want you people to go attack my mother. I'm not doing this for her to be bullied. I am doing this for my healing. I don't remember her emphasizing on that. So that alone is still giving me that sense of, are you sure this girl is not just trying to get back at her mother, punish her mother? Are you sure there's no maliciousness in all of this? Hello, sis.
Hello, good morning, Blessing. How
Good
are you doing
morning.
today?
I'm good.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't here at the beginning,
Mm,
but like you remember from the last time we
yes.
talked about this, I shared my experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I had asked a question like, why was she doing this? Because to me, she wasn't seeking for healing because she was not going to get healing from social media.
Yes.
this other side of the story
Mm.
that you're sharing today. And I remember you saying that maybe she's just wanting her followers to get to understand her better, why
Yes.
she's the way she is.
Mm.
If she was truly coming from that perspective, then she'll be very transparent.
Mm.
We will not be finding out what you're sharing today from another blog, or I'm not sure what this other person is, if the story is true, but I get their pictures, which means it's true. So we will not be finding that out from them. And being parents, we are parents today. No parent can be bad all across. I've never really heard one positive thing that she has shared about her mother.
Mm.
You know, there's one thing that you could have. I don't know if you had a chance to go back to all videos that she had shared with her mother and see the kind of comments people are putting towards her mother, ambassador of kerosene and
Ooh.
they calling her all kinds of names. And that's what I was saying. This is how she's going to get her healing, like people bashing her mother. Because that's what it is. She has put her mom out there for the wolves, the vultures to eat her up raw. And that's why I said this is strategic. She's out there promoting whatever she claims made her to lose weight, which to me is very questionable, but that's not my business. She can do whatever. Let the vulnerable people go and be falling and buying whatever tea she's selling. I think they're going to slim down by drinking tea without making major lifestyle changes. Nobody should fool anybody. Yeah, it's either you're taking all those weight loss medications or you make lifestyle changes. Tea is going to do any magic for you. So people, I'm surprised that we're in 2026 and people are still falling for those gimmicks and scams. But anyway, that's none of my business. If you want to be a mumu and fall for those things, you do you. But what I'm trying to point out here, Blessing, like, it just goes to prove the point I was trying to make the last time. And I think you touched at this, and I know you were trying to be very neutral and unbiased as you could be, but it's very glaring. The evidence is very glaring out there. She had a purpose for coming out to share this story. It had nothing to do with her viewers getting to know her, because she would have been transparent about everything that happened. It had nothing to do with trying to see if other people who went through what she went through, because she has so many connections in her life. She didn't have to come to social media to do that. It had nothing to do with seeing go share your story with the therapist and get healing the right way. So she, like you rightly said, she has issues with her mother, and she's trying to really set up her mother for thriving, and she's achieving that. She came out yesterday and she was like, "Oh, everything you guys have heard about me is true." My dear, no, we don't need that. Come and tell us with your own mouth. Don't tell us whatever we have heard about you is true. We did not invite you to set your life story of how your mother did this or did. Come and tell us about this marriage. Come and tell us, because now you want us to know who you are as a person. I'm curious also about this part of your life. I want to know. Now that you want us to know you, please come and share it. Come and share those parts. And I know what I went through, and I know how I felt. I'm not disputing the fact that she may have gone through what she went through. But being a parent today, and if she learned anything from me, I don't think I'm not the best person to tell her how to approach it. But honestly, in my opinion, she went about it the wrong way. That's my opinion. She went about it the wrong way, because it's not helping her. It's not helping her mother. It's not helping her family as a whole. It's not helping any of them. It's rather helping her to get the clout that she's chasing, getting the engagement, because all blogs are coming around her. And that was the purpose of this. She was launching her weight loss tea, and she had to come up with not come up, she had to share a captivating story, and she chose to use this vulnerable moment, something that triggered, still a trigger to a lot of people. She used it for clout chasing, which is so sad. And I just wanted to just get back here and say, no, I'm shocked about this other part of her life, and I'm curious about it now. now that she has decided to make her personal life the public life, I also want to know about this fan. Please come share, Angela, if you're listening. I really want to know about this other side of your life. What happened? Like you said, is there something that your mother found out? Is there something? Because being a parent, like I always tell my kids, I don't think any parent is just born to be mean or wicked. I mean, I know that some parents too that take it to the extremes, but children also can be very provocative. We are parents, we know that if you don't have self-control, children can drive you up the wall. You know, I'm not saying that there was anything that she did that could have warranted that amount of punishment that she got. Nothing. But tell us also the things that you were doing. Don't just tell us that, oh, you went to visit the boy. No. Come and tell us the things that you were doing. Be transparent. Be transparent now that we are talking about transparency. Be transparent. It will never justify what your mother did to you, but be honest. Be honest about your own shortcomings too. You can teach people about that. Teach people about the learnings, what you learned from your own shortcomings. Don't be painting your mother as the evil witch and then you as an angel. No, because that's how it came across. You know? That's how it came across.
No, she actually said she was rebellious. She said
no,
it.
she was rebellious, no doubt. But what did she tell us? She went to just visit the boy. Was that it? I'm not saying justifying what the mother did to her. I'm not justifying that. But I feel like if she wants to be transparent, let her be transparent. So don't pick and choose now. We did not invite you to set your light being and tell us this story. But now that you wanted to do it, well, you be transparent. Now we are curious. Now I'm at the front seat. I was never interested. Now I'm at the front seat. I'm waiting. I want to hear it all. Now that you chose to invite us into your family affairs, well, we have made ourselves comfortable in your house now. You tell us. You tell us. What do you think about this? But there's more to this story. Like I said, it just goes back to tell me that Angela was just seeking for clout. Her page was not doing as well, and she has achieved what she wanted. And look at you, we are sitting here talking about her. There are so many people talking about her. She achieved what she wanted. That was what it was. She has gotten the engagement she was looking for. She was not looking for anybody. She was looking for clout, and she has gotten that clout. Those people in the US who came and shared stories, whatever, thinking they were looking for penalty. Look at how it's haunting them today. This story that she has shared, let us not worry. We are all on social media, right? Time will tell. Time will tell.
Oh. Okay, thank you. That's a good one. That's deep. Thank you for your input, sis. All right. So, I'm beginning to move towards this point of view that it was mainly clout. You know, last time I talked about this story, I was honestly careful. I didn't want to be insensitive or judgmental. Hold on. No. Are you serious? Okay, as I was saying, so I didn't want to be insensitive towards Angela, and I didn't want to be judgmental towards Angela's mother. You understand? Because she hasn't spoken, we haven't heard her side of the story. And there was even a comment I read where people were like, oh, Angela, your page is dead, and now you are trying to do something to gain traffic. And I was still like, this social media, anything people do now, everybody just suspects you are doing it for money. It's almost like you cannot really be human on social media the moment you come out now, you know. But with the way things are now going, the things we are seeing, things we are hearing, the things coming out, I'm beginning to move towards the monetization aspect of this story. And that's not to say she possibly didn't go through any of those things she narrated. I personally don't think she made up the story. I don't think so. I think her mom, possibly, I mean, it's still alleged, you understand, but I think her mom possibly did those things to her. I don't think, her mother is alive. You can't just put a lie on your mother. I'm not saying people cannot be cruel and evil like that. So I'm just saying that it sounds very unlikely that she just woke up one day and told herself, you know what, I'm going to make up a lie. I'm going to fabricate a story that will be damaging to my mother, and I'll just come and tell it on social media. I don't think so. So again, I think possibly she went through all the things that she went through. But now I am shifting towards the intention to monetize. And the reason I'm shifting closer and closer towards it is because of the carelessness surrounding how she poured out that story. Very sensitive story, but she was very insensitive towards her mother and what backlash the aftermath of all of this storytelling would have on her mother. Very insensitive, not considering her age, not considering the motherly love and care and worry her mother had for her. Maybe her mother did those things, like people have been saying, maybe she did those things out of worry for her daughter because she wants the best for her daughter. She didn't want her daughter to turn out bad. So she was disciplining her daughter too harshly, thinking that was what her daughter needed to become a good girl. But it was abusive. She didn't know then. But I need her to know now, and I need her to realize it, and I need her to apologize. It's not up to me to demand it. I'm just saying that we shouldn't just all wave it aside and say, oh, she didn't know. But now that she knows, how is she trying to help her daughter heal and to make her daughter feel like, I understand you, and I'm sorry I caused you that amount of pain, not only physical, but also emotional. Just to make her daughter feel better. After all, that's your baby. Even if she clocks 45, 55, that is still your baby. If you love your baby, you would care about how she feels, even at any age. However, the insensitivity of Angela towards her mother in the way that she poured out this story is what is making me feel like money was considered beyond human feelings, beyond what this could do to her mother emotionally. Also, you want to heal and you are damaging your mother in her old age. I don't know if she deserves it. From the other stories Angela told, Angela wants us to know that her mother is a wicked woman. Her mother hates her, even as a married woman. Her mother is even advising her husband to beat her. You understand? Which I find extreme. I find it unforgivable. Which I also said the other day, even as my friend, you tell my husband to beat me. How much more my mother? If my enemy tells my husband to beat me, or just a friend, or a neighbor, or a stranger, now think about your own mother. You understand? So she gave us those stories to give us, that body to the fact that, look, this woman is no good. And that's why I believe she threw out that story, not considering the impact it will have on her mother, the bashing, the dragging. And that's why I still maintain that Angela did not want social media people not to drag her mother. And that's where I'm still also seeing a certain level of wickedness in Angela. Angela looking for revenge more than looking for healing. If you understand what I mean. Because if Angela is just doing this out of, I'm doing it for me because I want to heal, she'll be like, you know what? I don't need anybody to do anything to my mother. I just want to feel better. You dragging her is not even going to help my feelings. But I don't remember Angela hammering on the fact that I'm not sending you people to go after my mother. She's still my mother regardless. I just want to heal. She didn't do that. She just wanted to pour out that horror, that horror story, pepper and kerosene. That one alone, that's the headline. Pepper and kerosene. So again, Angela looks like she's out for revenge. Angela looks like she wants to heal, but healing or wanting to heal is not the main drive behind this story. It's looking more like revenge is behind it. It's looking more like monetization is behind it. It's looking more like clout and marketing is behind it, unfortunately, because she did not put that human side into it. for us to really believe that, this is about humanity, this is about emotions, she didn't give me that sense. She made it about her and about her horrific story and the horrible things that her mother did, not about, okay, we want healing as a family, we want closure. I want to heal and I want my mother to heal. I want my mother to understand. I want to reconcile. That's not what Angela is after. You understand? I guess she would wish she had a relationship with her mother, a normal mother-daughter relationship. I guess she would want to have that. But it looks like she has thrown in the towel. She knows that, okay, it will never happen. So make everybody there outside. Make that they drag everybody, like she doesn't care what people do to her mother, unfortunately. Okay, let me see your comments. Thank you again, Vicky. Someone says these women run all their bad life in Nigeria and come in foreign countries to make content. So Nigeria is the place they do all these crazy things. You guys, Nigeria, I don't think there's any other country in the world like Nigeria. I don't think so. Nigeria has the spice that you just might not. Growing up in Nigeria, I would say is a privilege, but hopefully Nigeria doesn't happen to you, because there are things that you would go through in Nigeria you would wish you were not even born. But if you are not a victim of Nigeria, but you're a survivor, like, you came out tough, you'd be privileged. You feel like, I'm grateful I grew up there, I was born there. That's Nigeria, that's spice, that I don't think a lot of people can understand, from other places. And a lot of madness, the craziest, unimaginable things that happen there. Yeah, and then all the people with all their shenanigans, all their trauma, all their drama, all their, craziness, they go abroad and they decide, okay, now it's content. They have to make money, which is still, let me say, another video entirely, because there are some people in this life, they don't have a life. The only life they have, the only hope they have is social media monetization. That's their only hope to survive, to live. At least that's what they believe. That's the only thing they hang on to. Take away social media monetization, it's over. They are on the floor. They can't pay their bills anymore. So yeah. Nigeria. Nigeria is special. They come to foreign countries to make content. Okay. Let's see. Wow, someone says, has Angela ever done a series of posts where she drinks her slimming stuff over time to show the transformation? I don't watch her, but it seems she only showcased the drink after she lost weight. I don't believe that it's the drink that helped Angela lose weight. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. No. And truly, like you said, she didn't show the process. You understand? She just came out one day looking the way she's looking and announced that it was. No, I don't think so. The beautiful part of this her slim tea business. Look, for me, I'm not an enemy of progress. So everybody let them do their business and whatnot. But where we see a lie, we must say this is a lie. Where we see what is true, we say this is true. The beautiful part of it. Angela's former house girl, Unsikak, in Nigeria, made a post. If not today, I think today or yesterday, I don't know, but I saw that post today. She made a post and said Angela's tea had arrived in Nigeria, and she was showing some boxes with Angela's tea. I was like, very good. Now we are going to see how this tea will work on Unsikak, because Unsikak also is not the most slender woman we know. She's not fat, don't get me wrong, but you understand what I mean. So it will be amazing for us to see Unsikak after maybe 3 weeks or 3 months. Unsikak, be a good example for your former madam. Because when you're selling something, don't sell lies to people. If Angela wants to sell tea or any product, she shouldn't sell it as if that is what made her become how she's looking now. That is just lying. That is just deceiving people. You understand? Because honestly, I don't think it's the tea. If you look at Angela self, you will know that. You know, and I think some lives ago, a lot of people were saying stuff about Monjaro and what's the other one? There is this other popular one. There is Monjaro and there is what's that one? Guys, help me out with it. There is one. I didn't even know of Monjaro, but I knew of the other one. But because the Monjaro now really registered in my head, now I've forgotten the other one. That one is quite popular. Ozempic. Yes. And that, you know, even doctors prescribe these things to people, you know. I think the other one treats diabetes or something. So Angela is looking like it's not just the tea. It's not just the tea, but that's what she's selling. And it would be nice for her to prepare the tea during her live stream and drink it in front of everybody. You know, like every day, continue drinking it and showing that truly, because you're collecting people's money, you're lying to them, you're deceiving them that it's your tea. Hopefully your former house girl will be able to prove it, you know. Okay, let me see. So we're just going to read some comments and end the live. I don't think wait, I'm going to check if I've shown all the posts that I intended to show. Wow, someone says Nigerians in South Africa say they are the giants of Africa. Hello. Hi.
It's not our place to determine maybe where somebody chooses to share their story. However, I find like this particular story is a very sensitive story. These are people's real life stories. These are stories that can trigger people. And I think Angela is notorious. She knows how to pull the strings of people's hearts. I don't know if you remember when she was doing, the time when she got busted with those housemates.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. She knew how to get people emotionally invested in her. I give it to her. She knows how to do that stuff. And I feel like this is not a story that she will want to use. Because this is still something. This is a story. These are people's. It may be her real life story, but don't use it the way you're trying to use it. Like I said, I believe that social media should be there to entertain, to teach, to empower, to encourage. All these things. There should be something that you're getting out of everything. So this particular kind of sharing. She's not teaching anything. She's not coming out to tell us that, oh, this is what I went through. This is what I did as a child. And then even though my mother, okay, maybe children don't try to avoid these things, or this is what I did. My mom treated me this way. This is how I was able to get healing. I was able to get on the other side. I was able to heal with my mother. So if you had a similar experience like me, maybe these are some steps. There is nothing, there is no learning, there's no edification, there is no empowerment, there's nothing out of this story. She's the only one benefiting from this story. You are having this conversation. We are learning from each other. We are learning. So from her sharing that, other than pulling people's hearts and getting an engagement, what was it we're supposed to get from this? I'm trying to understand. Just like I said, there's so many things that social media. It's not a story that entertains me because if I had not healed, this is something that would have triggered me really bad. You know. So what was the purpose? Like I said, she knows how to pull people's out with her stories. If she can even make up those stories, I would also be surprised if she say that maybe she even also exaggerated the what happened between her and my mom.
Hmm.
Because I remember those her main stories that she pulled us along and made us feel like it was real life. You know? So what is she not capable of doing? She has shown us that she's capable of doing anything and everything for clout, for money, for monetization. And I still repeat my thing. If social media was not paying, Angela would not be sharing this story with us. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Wow. Angela, it's human beings you are dealing with, eh? Angela has been in the game for for such a long time. Angela is there doing her thing. Let me see. Someone said, okay, Angela, this is Angela's post from 2019. Yeah, this is what I like to see. A post from her. Angela said, I just can't stop reposting this. It is sweet me with reckless abandon. She said, when I started, people were calling me all sorts of evil names and wishing me death. But look at my life now. Who lose? There was nothing they didn't do to bring me down from all angles. But all that, instead of pulling me down, gave me the courage to keep striving higher and be all up on their faces. I am no ordinary person. I am extremely different from every Nigerian girl, and I have a very high intelligence quotient, very smart and brilliant. I am a white witch, proud traditionalist, and the daughter of Annie. I get all I want. And then this part, she said, I was born without a vagina. She said, I was born without a vagina opening for a reason and had to undergo series of surgeries to open it. Ah, Angela. Odikwama. When did you undergo those surgeries? Before your mother manually operated on you or thereafter? You see what we've been talking about, you know, this pattern, this history of making up things or just saying bizarre things. So is it the same vagina you told us that your mother entered? Hey God, Facebook, sorry. Is it the same one or you have two? Maybe one on the left, one on the right, because I can't say front and back. Maybe you have one on the right, one on the left. Is it the same one your mother? You understand? Or another one that was blocked from heaven? She said she was born without a VJ opening. So how were you urinating? How were you pissing, Angela? Because you had excess piss. You could piss very easily. You even said it that. Hold on, guys. So it's not adding up. It's not making sense now. Can we believe this lady? This is a post she put up 7 years ago. So it looks like this Angela of a woman is just a storyteller. You understand? Even if this particular story of her mom is very, like I said, very private, very sensitive, it just might be one of those stories. Maybe it's not even as, in fact, she said, I was born without a vagina opening for a reason and had to go had to undergo series of surgeries to open it. Did you open it after you got married to the first husband, if at all you were married to him, or after you got married to the second husband, or after your mother, or before your mother, or you understand? Gosh. She said, my life will always be a mystery to people, those that wished me evil, failure, and calamities, because I came out to be the most real Nigerian girl. Are you real? I don't think you are. No, I don't think Angela is real. If you ask me, no, Angela is not real. Because now we can't even separate what is content and what is truth about you. No, Angela, you are not real. Forget it. Forget it. No. People who will come out, oh, I'm a good person. I'm a real person. Be careful of those people. You're not real. You're very confusing. Very confused. Real people are very easy to understand. They are very transparent. They hardly cause doubt in the minds of people. They are very transparent, straightforward. What you see is what you get. But you see, unreal people, they are very shady. They want to talk in parables. They want to act smart. Hey, I'm smart. I'm going to outsmart you. I know what to do. You are not real. Forget it. This is not hate now. This is not, oh, you are being negative. No, this is what it is. If anybody tells you, Angela, that you are real, the person also is not real. So if you're not real, you cannot know real. Angela, you are not real. You can be every other thing. You can be kind, like people said, or people say that you help people, you know, you are compassionate. Maybe you are. You understand? You can even accept and promote all those other characteristics, but you see this realness, forget it. Don't even count it as part of your own traits that, oh, I'm a real person. You are not. Analyzing you for 2 days now, you are not a real person. A real person that has been on social media for as long as you have been would not be leaving question marks on people's foreheads. No, there is just so many stories, so many contradictions, so many yama yama, cloud here and there. No, you're not real. She said, because I'm the realest, where is it? Because I'm the most real Nigerian girl. Really? Which other ones are you comparing yourself with? Which other Nigerian girls did you select yourself from? That, okay, all these Nigerian girls. Like, really? Is this one just content, or you just want to say something? Like, you are not a real person. That's just it. Because you say a lot and write a lot for content. You're just a content creator. You're not a reality TV person. Even if you pretended you were doing reality TV, which still came out to be just a whole bunch of, because I remember that time one of the so-called house girls, I think she's from the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken, that was her house girl. She had a boyfriend, according to Angela's movie that she was acting. She said it was real then. It wasn't a movie. People believed the reality, the fake reality TV she was doing. So she said that house girl had a boyfriend and they did a whole lot of scenes around it. Eventually, we found out that this guy is on Instagram. He's an actor. The girl is a model. She's not a house girl. She's modeling. They just set up all these things. They just collaborated. But Angela presented, because I remember that time. I think that was when her brand started to even go down. When people realized, oh my God, all these things you've been showing us, pretending they were real. If she had even done it as content, like, oh, I'm just entertaining, this is content, it would have been different. But you misleading people, lying to them, deceiving them, playing with their emotions, and then finding out that it's all been a lie. I think it really affected her brand. You understand? So no, Angela, you are not real. I can accept every other thing, but you see this realness, forget it. Forget it, you're not. Even around your childbirth, I mean, when you give birth to your babies, so many things that I saw in that period, I just felt like, let me just rest. Because, you know, a woman that just put to bed and all of that, let me just rest. You understand? So no, forget it, you are not real. You want people to see you as a real person. You want that to be like your identity. You want to portray yourself as a real person. I'm real, guys. You want that to be one of the things people will say about you if they had to describe you, but that's not who you are. You are acting real. You are acting as if you're a real person. You're putting it up, but it's not you. You're not real. You're very secretive. Very, very. You understand? And also very fake, because some things you have said and written. Okay. She said something they have never seen since they were born. So they tagged me strange and evil. Those same people are now congratulating me, tapping from my blessings and wishing to be like me. What a life. Anyway, I don't know what they were congratulating her for. So yeah, Angela, the content creator. Angela has been in this game for too long. She knows exactly what she's doing. And whatever I say now, with regards to monetizing her story, again, it's not to diminish the trauma that she might actually be going through, or whatever pain, she's living with as an adult. Absolutely not. I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm not going to minimize it or diminish it one way or the other. But one thing that I would say for sure is that above all, Angela is a content creator. Angela knows what she's doing. Angela is not saying anything by chance. Angela is not saying things by mistake or doing videos. There are so many things Angela can say. There are so many stories Angela can tell, even from her past. So for Angela to have chosen this one out of all those stories, Angela is a content creator. So before anybody will go and start crying for people online, remember the paycheck of Angela. Angela is there doing her job, making her money. Hello? I'm fine.
I just want to add a couple of things. I think we have to be careful, and I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying be careful because it's a fine line between victim blaming, and victim blaming is a really bad thing. You know, saying that it did happen to her, it didn't happen to her. I'm just saying we're treading a fine line. You know, because when you're a victim, we put you in a box as to how you should behave or how you should talk about it.
Yes.
Sometimes you just blurt it out and without even thinking, maybe you just full. And like I said, I'm neither with or against the situation. I'm just giving some perspective. You know, sometimes as a victim, we'll just come out with stuff. Just say it without thinking about it or putting clothes on it or anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a fine line between victim blaming and being compassionate about what the person has gone through, if in fact they have gone through it.
Well, like I said before, I think she went through it, but I am questioning the motive behind selling that story and then ending it there.
Okay, so that is a segue into my second point. I think this is where we're having a disconnect between people who are content creators that have come into a large sum of money versus people who are not content creators or analysts like you that remain objective. So I think that people that have come into content creation and making a large amount of money, I think their moral code switches. I don't think they live by the same moral code people that are not. So because of the type of job that they're doing, content creation, it's almost like they think that the universe versus giving them a pass to lie,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So I think that bleeds into their everyday life, and I
Mm.
think that they don't know the difference. You see things from an engineer standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and even when you leave the job and you drive home, you might
Mm-hmm.
see something, and the engineer
Yes.
might,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that these people, they carry their job
Mm.
home
Mm.
with them because they do it at home.
Mm.
So they become the content creator. We're
Mm.
lying, okay.
Mm.
Because the only way their money or that amount of money is by telling untruths,
Or
telling
exaggerate.
stories, or exaggerating, or fabricating, or lying.
Mm.
So I think that our moral code, which is more strict or stringent,
Mm.
because we're not slaves to the job
Mm-hmm.
or the money that it provides.
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to be more objective than they
Sure.
are.
Mm.
And they will tell lies and fight till the end to defend their
Mm.
position creator because their money is involved. So it's almost like this content creation money kind of blind people to the truth.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So can we
Like,
blame her? Can we blame her, or can we just say, oh, she's just doing her job? Or can we just sit here and say she should stop, exaggerating and selling her mother?
no one should agree with her. I'm just trying to show you where the disconnect may be.
Mm.
Because we're like, okay, why are you doing that? We're
Mm-hmm.
saying that, and she's saying it's okay. I'm a content creator. I
Yes.
can do it. You know, it's legal and moral for
Mm-hmm.
me to do this because I'm a content creator.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they use that as their reason to not be truthful.
Mm.
So then somebody coming and saying that don't look good or that's not the truth, they're looking at you like, what are you talking about? Of course it's the truth. I'm a content creator.
Mm-hmm. 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 Wow.
This is what we do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like I said, the money and the fame of being a big content creator gets to people's heads and they
Mm-hmm.
lose their lose their identity in it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and become what the job and the money and
Yes.
the fame asks them to
Mm-hmm.
become. You know, like I was even looking at Olivia. I'm not saying anything bad about her. I love the way that how she does hair, like her original
Mm.
stuff
Content.
that she
Mm.
did. That's what drew me in. You know, I
Mm.
love that. It just does something to me to see her doing her daughter's hair.
Okay.
But more and more, as I look at her, it's like something is coming up that she's not who she portrays herself to be. You know, like the mask is falling, and this
Mm.
is what happens when you get the money and the fame. Is that
Mm.
the mask start to fall because you don't have to please people anymore
Mm.
because you already have what you want from them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
with Ruth, and you know, it's just all over things that Ruth's doing now, and her husband allowing. I'm pretty sure if she wasn't making that money,
Mm.
he wouldn't allow it. You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
he don't even want to be filmed because two Americans and two white Americans have shameful behavior.
Oh wow. They don't want to be filmed, really?
Friends on film. Only her parents and her sister, and one and two friends. You don't
Mm.
see Derek's people on there very rarely.
Mm.
They don't like to be filmed, so that's why they do it. So that's what I'm saying. I think that one of the hardest things to do is to get to the height of high fame and monetization on social media and still maintain your identity and your
Mm-hmm.
integrity.
Mm-hmm. And
You
it
know?
it only gets worse because the more they do this job, the more they want that money. you know, because they will earn a certain amount and they want more and they have to do more.
Exactly. So it's like a slope, a downward slope, upward money slope and a downward identity slope. You know, and I think it's possible to keep your identity, but I just, like I said, the amount of power at your beck and call to turn on your phone and know that 5,000 people are craving to watch you. Or do you ever see like a bunch of these movie stars that make it quick to fame and then they just turn to drugs or fall apart, or because it's heavy power to handle. You know, the big money, the fame, they're just like movie stars. You know, and not everybody can handle that. But just like I said, the moral code, the code of ethics that they go by have changed once them reach a certain level of content created. And that's why they don't see it, or we don't see it eye to eye. You know? What I wanted to ask, Leslie. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Okay, let me quickly turn this one on. Are we still here? Okay, we're still here on Facebook. Okay, someone says his family never in her videos. Okay, I've never actually thought about it, and just hearing it now, it makes sense, because then you'd be like, oh yeah, actually that's true. You know, I've never like stopped to think, okay, how come I don't even know his parents? And to be honest, I don't know what they look like. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them, maybe once. But you're like, okay, actually, I've never heard anything about his parents or his sisters, brothers, nothing. You understand? Let me see. Let me read comments on Facebook. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Social media. And now, another thing about social media, or let me just say another thing about Facebook, because Facebook has been going through all these legal battles with regards to not protecting children. And now I saw a headline this morning looking like Meta has settled with several states in the US for over $16 billion. So more or less, Facebook is going to settle or pay some states, you know, and they are going to make some changes to their policies with regards to child protection, child endangerment, and whatnot. But they are not stopping there. This evening, I came back from work, and what did I see? Facebook announced, I don't know if they just announced it today or they clarified it today, but I saw it today that they posted that they now have a new program, a new fast track program. What does it entail? See, social media will get worse. We were thinking it will get better. Okay, now that Facebook has to pay fines or they have to lose money, they are going to start protecting children. People will start to lose money. They will not pay. No. Now Facebook is looking for ways to get more users. What did Facebook announce today? They call it a fast track program. I don't have all the details, but just to summarize, what it entails is that in a month as a content creator, you are guaranteed of making $1,000 if you have over 100,000 followers on another platform. So if you have, for example, over 100,000 followers on, say, YouTube or Instagram, yeah, you are guaranteed that when you post videos on Facebook, even the ones you already posted on those platforms, you go and download them from those platforms, you come and post them on Facebook, you are guaranteed. Of course, there will be other things, but this is just like the umbrella idea behind it. Yeah, you are guaranteed of $1,000. But if you have at least 300,000 followers on a different platform, you are guaranteed to earn $3,000 in a month. And you know why I find this so funny? Because Facebook has always been against duplicate content. It has always been against their policy. Content that is already posted elsewhere, you come and post it on Facebook. You understand? And now that is exactly what they are encouraging. They said even if you've already posted that content somewhere else, come bring all the content, come and just dump everything on Facebook. If you have over 100,000 followers on those other platforms, you will make $1,000. So they are motivating more people to use their platform, to boost Facebook again, because Facebook right now doesn't really have a good reputation. Facebook, people would rather go and sit down on Instagram. You understand? Even if Instagram doesn't really pay like that, but the identity or the reputation of Facebook, you cannot compare it to Instagram or even YouTube. You cannot even come close to YouTube. You can compare Facebook to YouTube. So now, and it's only, again, it just brings me to what I wanted to say, that you see all these things we are complaining about, talking about moral compass, how people lie, how people chase clout. It will get worse. It will get worse, because now that social media, or let me say Facebook, and maybe very soon other platforms will start to bring about incentives, new incentives, and strategies to just motivate and encourage people to use their platforms, because it's money that will attract people. When they hear money, everybody wants to be there. It will get worse, and people will do worse. Social media was very innocent. Facebook was like a virgin. Remember now, those years when you will add an old school friend, add an old neighbor, reconnect with an old colleague, and you're like, oh my God, long time. It's been how many years now? Facebook was a virgin. Now, everybody is looking for how to cultivate dollars. By hook or by crook. They don't care who they damage to make money. We are complaining now, but it will get worse. So it's up to the viewers now and the fans to guard their hearts. Don't let all these people who care more about money than they care about you, don't let them use you and destroy you. They will pass their social media trauma, they will pass their life traumas on you via social media while they are making money. They will finish doing all their nonsense. They will be laughing in their bedroom in the night. You are there worrying about them because, I'm a fan. Guard yourself. Guard your emotions. Some of them don't deserve it. Some of them are just looking for money. They don't care if they damage you. They don't care if they traumatize you. They don't care if they lie to you and deceive you. They don't care. They just want the money. So protect yourself from these so-called content creators. Because right now, all of them, they say they are real. We don't now know which one is real, which one is not real. As long as money is involved, it's difficult to know which one is real, which one is not real. Unless they turn off them. All of you turn off your monetizations and be doing your content. Then we will come and be judging who is real. As long as monetization is on, please don't talk about realness. You understand? So I think that's it for now. Someone says, okay, I have said that before. Okay, hello, Barbara, welcome. We are just leaving now. Someone says, okay, she's going to rake it in then. I think she used slimming injection, says someone. Hey, this thing is happening again. Remember yesterday, okay, now it's working. Yesterday, I could no longer use this laptop. It froze. I couldn't end the live video. For some odd reason, I never experienced that before. I finished the live and anything I clicked on did not register. Nothing was happening. I couldn't use it. I had to log in into my phone and end the live video from my phone. Otherwise, this laptop would have just been on. The live stream would have been running if there was no way for me to log in via my phone. And I thought that was about to happen again, but it's working. Okay, thank you again. It's been an amazing 2 hours with you all. Thank you so much. Again, like I said before, I will continue to follow this story. It looks like Angela is moving away from it, or she wants to move away from it. Like she has achieved that attention. People are seeing her. She's visible. Yeah, all eyes on her. Good for her. You understand? But it would be fair on her fans if she would do more than just talk, and not just do it for content. It's between her and God. If truly she's doing this for healing, or she just decided, you know what, this is an opportunity to have more visibility and make more money, and throw your mother under the bus. It's between you and God. It's not something we can really measure. We can have our, suspicions here and there, or assumptions or whatnot, but it's between her and God. You understand? So I'm going to leave it here. I wish her mother well. I hope her mother is a strong woman and she can survive the storm, because I know how awful social media people can be, commenters. I know how rugged they can be. So hopefully she comes out stronger, and hopefully she realizes that truly she damaged her daughter. And on the other hand, while I'm saying all of this, I'm just feeling like Angela has gone through worse in her life, that she's now making her mother a victim, making it sound like this is the worst thing that has ever happened to her. Whereas, just like the so-called marriage that they said she had before, the marriage was a bad marriage. Things might have happened in that marriage. So why is she not also telling us how traumatized she was from that marriage, or she is from the marriage, for example? But your mother is like the easy victim now that you can throw under the bus. It's up to you, family dynamics. She knows the relationship they have. She knows, what gives her that courage to want to do this to her mother, instead of maybe internally seeking for reconciliation, which she said she tried. The first step she took, her mother just waved it aside. But maybe she should have also done more, as as a child, as a daughter, because again, maybe her mother is still ignorant. But now that she knows what she knows, she should honestly have done more than just calling her mom on the phone to say, Mom, do you remember, or what. Maybe she should have made it a project, a quest to heal. She should have made it a project, involve her husband, go to Nigeria, sit her mom down, if possible with elders or elders within the family, or have a heart-to-heart conversation with her mother, break down in front of you. That's your mommy. At the end of the day, she gave birth to you, she nurtured you, make it more personal. Which unfortunately it looks like she didn't take those personal steps. Her mother waved it aside. Now she's on social media narrating all the stories, and she's hurt. Her mother has done things to her, especially when it comes to her husband. And so it's just, the story itself is complex, you understand? So it's difficult to really judge. But again, God knows their intentions and their hearts. So I will continue to follow it. If there are new developments, I will bring them here. We'll talk about them, learn from these things, and use as, a teaching opportunity also. So again, let me thank my callers. Thank you so much for your insight, for your contributions. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your comments. Help me like the video before we go. Just give it a thumbs up. And thank you all lovely people for the gifts. Those of you who gifted, God bless you richly. Hopefully I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Something interesting I want to talk about tomorrow. Don't miss it. Hope not tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it will be the day after. Okay? Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll catch you later. Bye for now. Bye-bye.